Hello everyone, I am Pranita from Vishnu Institute of Technology EC branch. Today me and my friends Sailesh and Suman are going to present a topic on data visualization with Python. And in this topic we are going to talk about some basics. In this video we are going to cover why should we use data visualization, why should we use Python, and why should we use Matplotlib for data visualization. Here we go over on simple examples on how to use these tools, and using these tools we are going to do a real analysis with a real data set. Why should we use data visualization first place? Well, data visualization is oftenly the first step of any type of data analysis work, whether it is simple data analysis, statistical analysis, or machine learning analysis. And reason for that is because visualizing data often gives you intuitive understanding of data. It also helps you see certain patterns that are hard to see without visualizing the data. Why should we use Python for that? Well, Python is not the only good choices, but it is one of the best. The reason is, first of all, it is a general purpose language that's pretty easy to use and learn. And it also has many libraries for scientific computing. For example, Matplotlib. And there are many more advantages of Python. Python is one of the most widely used languages in the world. So we prefer Python for it than any other languages. Why are we using Matplotlib for this? Well, Matplotlib is not only good visualization library for Python, but it is still one of the most popular choices. There are other libraries that are based on it. So if you learn Matplotlib, it will gonna help you learn these other libraries. For example, Seaborn and many more. And Matplotlib is pretty easy to get started with. And the remaining part of this will be explained by my friend.
Hi friends, I am Suman from Vishnu Institute of Technology EC branch. Today I am here to tell you about data visualization. Now let's come to our point. What is meant by data visualization? It's nothing but data visualization is a representation of information in the form of chart, diagram or picture etc. This is simple meaning of data visualization. This data visualization can also be used as a reporting tool. Python offers multiple great graphing libraries that come packed with lots of different features. No matter if you want to create interactive and live or highly customized plots, Python has an excellent library for you. To explain data visualization in this video, we are going to use Jupyter Notebook and few other Python libraries. We have used Anaconda to install them. We are using Python 3.6 to explain data visualization. Now let's talk about Jupyter Notebooks. It is an open source web application that allows you to create and share documents. The Jupyter Notebook contains live code, equations, visualizations, and narrative text. It is mainly used for data cleaning and transformation, data visualization, statistical modeling, machine learning, and many more. Now in this slide we can see this. This is an actually how a empty Jupyter notebook is looks like. We can also see the Jupyter Lab logo here. Later in this video we will or how to use Jupyter notebooks. Coming to Jupyter notebooks, there are various ways to visualize data. However, there are scatter plots. First one, second one histogram, third one bar graph, fourth one heat map, fifth one line chart, sixth one pie chart, seventh one box plot. There are many ways to visualize data, but in this video we are using only line charts to keep things simple and clean. Now let's see how can we perform data visualization and what are the requirements for it. To perform visualization, we require some data. Now we are going to use some data sets from the website. We must be very careful while selecting data, which is the most important part in visualizing the data. Now let's see some important steps in data visualization. Be clear on the question is the first step. Second step, know your data and start with basic visualization. And the third step is identify messages of the visualization and generate the most informative indicator. The fourth step is going to be choose the right chart type. And the last step is use color or size, scale, shape and labels to direct attention to the key messages. Rest of the part will be explained by my friend. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Sailesh from Vishnu Institute of Technology, studying in EC branch. Today I am going to explain you about data visualization with Python using Jupyter Notebook. I have already done a project of visualizing data with Python using Jupyter Notebook. Now I'll explain you in detail on how I did it and how you can also do it. So first of all, we have to import pandas. This means we have to write the code as import pandas as pd. This means we are importing a module called pandas as pd, which is a nickname. We can run this cell by clicking this run button. Now pandas is imported as pd. We need to import another module to do this project. So we are going to write from matplotlib import pyplot as plt. This says from matplotlib package import pyplot module and call it as plt. So now let's run this cell also. So now pyplot is imported. So we use this pyplot for making charts. Let's take a simple example on how to use pyplot. For example, it's a list of elements. Here we can see that x is equal to 1 2 3 is a list of elements, y is equal to 149 is also a list of elements, z is equal to 1050 is also a list of elements. So to plot x and y, we have to write this code as plt.plot parenthesis x comma y. So if we want to plot x and z, we have to write the code as plt.plot parenthesis x comma z. So if we want to add any title to our graph, we have to write the code as plt.title parenthesis and double quotes or single quotes. We can use double quotes or single quotes in Python, and we have to write as test plot or whatever name you want to give to your graph. Similarly, what we are calling the x label, which is what are the values which are on the x-axis, and similarly we have to identify what are the values on the y-axis. So we are going to write the code as plt dot x label parenthesis in single quotes we are writing x. This means in x-axis these values are corresponding to x. Similarly in y-axis these values are corresponding to y. As we have written plt.y label y and z. This means these corresponding values are belonging to both y and z. So if you want to add legends to this graph, legends means which makes the graph more visible and more understandable. For that we are going to write plt.legend parenthesis in square brackets. We are writing as this is y and this is z. Why are we writing this? Legends helps us to understand more. So in this case, we are going to use legend statements. So this is y and this is z. Remember one thing, that legend function takes input as an argument. So when we run this cell, see, we are going to run it from the first. When we run this cell, this is our graph. These are the values corresponding to x. See, we have 1, 2 and 3 x values. So in y we have 1, 4, 9, and in z we are having 10, 5, 0. 10, 5 here, 0 here. You can see. Now we are going to use our sample data which I have downloaded from a website. Now I am going to load this sample data CSV file into this Python Jupyter notebook. For that I have written the code as sample underscore data, which is the variable I have given to the CSV file sample underscore data. Sample underscore data is equal to pd.read underscore CSV. In parenthesis, in double quotes, I have written sample underscore data dot CSV. This is the data which I have downloaded from internet. I'll show you. This is the file which I have downloaded, sample data underscore CSV. You can see this here. Similarly, countries dot CSV are the files which I have downloaded. Now let's get back to the Jupyter notebook. After running this, to see what is the content inside this sample data CSV file, we have to just write sample data and run this file. Run this and then run this. Now we can see here the data which is present in the sample data. It contains 3 columns: column A, column B, column C, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. And you can see these numbers here are just indices of these data. To see what type of data this sample data is, we have to write the code type parenthesis sample data. If we run this cell, we'll get as pandas.core.frame.data frame. So what is data frame? This is a data frame type defined by pandas module. Data frame is nothing but data in terms of tables or contains information in table. Now if you want to retrieve a specific value from this data, you have to write this code sample underscore data dot column C. Now I am retrieving a data from column C. So I am taking column C, sample underscore data dot column C dot I log of 3. If we run this cell, we are getting 4. So if I give this index, I am getting 4. Similarly, if I give 0, it should come 10. You got 10 here. So this is how you should, or you can be able to extract a single value or isolate a value from a given data. Now let's plot using this sample data. For that I have used plt.plot parenthesis sample underscore data dot column A comma sample underscore data dot column B. So in x axis I'm giving values of column A, and y axis I'm giving values of column B. Similarly, I'm using here, I have used sample underscore data dot column A and sample underscore data dot column C. It means I'm plotting a graph for column A and column B as well as column A and column C. So after running, we have to press the run button again. This is how graph looks like. Similarly, you can add more detail to your graph of sample underscore data, that is sample underscore data CSV file, by using all these methods or codes which I have already mentioned. So now let's perform a real analysis using a bigger data set. So now I have given, so as I already showed you, I've also downloaded countries CSV file to perform. Now I am giving it a variable called data. So data is equal to pd.read underscore CSV, and now I am giving the path or name of the CSV file which I have downloaded. So now if we run this cell, this is the data, this is the actual data. So what is the main key to perform data visualization is to solve the problem. So now problem is to compare the population growth in the United States and India. For that, I am giving United States data as a US in small letters as a variable. So now let me show you, or let me isolate you, the United States population. For that, US is equal to data of, that is square brackets, data dot country is equals to United States. And now if I run this, sorry for that, if I run this is the data of United States. Similarly, we are going to run the data of India by using this code here, so that we can retrieve the information, that is the population of India. See here. Okay, now I am going to plot a graph between year and the population of US, as well as year and population of the India. So let me show you how the actual graph looks like. Okay, let me run this cell. This is the graph. I've already made the graph more visible and more readable by adding legends and labels. So these are the population here. Population values are very high, as you can see these values. See here, as you can see these values, the population values are very high. So here there is a notation like I in 9. So in order to get a better graph, population is divided by 10 power 6, that is 1 million. If you run this cell, this is how the graph looks like with the population in millions. Now let's make the graph more understandable, so that like we can plot the graph in terms of percentage growth in population while comparing with India and United States. For that, I am going to isolate the data of US population. For that, this is the code US dot population. Now I am running the cell again. This is the US population. So here we can see the data type is in integer. Now in order to access the data, that is to consider percentage growth, I am considering this value 15755,300 as 100%, as it is the first value when it comes to population of United States. So I am going to isolate it, and for isolation the code is this one. I'm highlighting here. See, us dot population dot log of 0 in square brackets. As I've already said in before, to isolate a value we have to use this code. So to convert it into percentage, I am dividing the total population of US by this value, and I am multiplying it by 100. See here, US dot population divided by US dot population dot log of 0, that is this value, into 100. So we get this value as this particular value. After running the cell, we get this particular value converted into 100 percentage here, and we can see a rapid growth in terms of percentages in US population. Now we are going to plot a graph using year and percentage growth. So we are going to copy this particular code here, and we are going to paste it here in terms of US, also in terms of India. And now we are going to run this cell again. And now see here, and with respect to the increase in percentage, see how rapidly India's population has grown over the years. You can see where this blue line indicates United States and the orange line indicates India. In this way, data visualization helps you in accessing large data into simple terms and then perform various operations using Python and other packages so that you can solve the problem easily as I have explained to you. Thank you.